Here's the list of words: dream, sleep, night, mattress, snooze, sheet, nod, tired, night, artichoke, insomnia, blanket, night, alarm, nap, snore, pillow. Hands up if you remembered the words dream and pillow. Why do you remember those? Yep, first and last. So you remember the first thing I said and you remember the last thing I said. How many remember the word night? Why do you remember that? 3 or 4 times. So something I repeated. How many remember the word artichoke? Why do you remember that? Very different. How many people remember the word bed? I actually didn't say it. So, but this is a perfect exercise to show priming. Other people might call that anchoring or mindsets or framing or so forth. So what happens once in one moment can influence or increase the likelihood of influencing what happens in the next moment. So what the voters were attracted to in this particular case was the words themselves and how easy they were to say and also how familiar they seemed. Which of the following shapes, of these 2 shapes, do you think is called a maluma? In this case, even though it was a made-up word, what it was associated with was words and other concepts to do with curve and smooth.
We're at school. I don't know what school you went to. We're going to show you some words with missing letters. All you have to do, it's a bit of a spelling thing, you just have to type the words once you've completed them and press submit. We talked about innocence and basically said primary school, and the 3 key words were pure, virtue and moral, because you had been primed to think of an innocent time. Drunk Tank Pink. It's called Drunk Tank Pink. Why?
Men staring at this particular colour reported being weaker, but also in some cases were actually shown to be weaker by strength tests and so forth. And a number of police stations across the states, in the overnight holding cell that drunk and disorderly people were coming into, they painted those cells pink as well, hence the name Drunk Tank Pink. Priming comes down to a moment which Robert Cialdini in his latest book calls a privileged moment. A privileged moment where we give elevated attention to something.
We know that we are primed by advertising. We know that we are primed politically all the time. And in fact, they've done psychological tests where people had the opportunity to cheat, and they were asked to list the 10 commandments beforehand, and the cheating went down.
Primes that result from something that is happening within us. We show primes that happen as a result of what happens between us, so the social influence of primes. And then we showed examples of primes that happen in the world around us, in our physical environment as well. There is no list that anyone has ever compiled that gives you the exact things to prime people based on the exact behaviour that you want with the exact target group that you're engaging with. What we talk about at Behaviour Works, and what my colleagues work with in the partner organisations that we engage with, is to take a scientific approach to try and identify things such as what might be potentially priming it, or what could be used to potentially prime a group, or what do we need to be aware of so that we don't prime them to go the other way.
So my question to you is, did you hear that, or did we prime you to hear that?